Good morning, good morning. It is Monday, April the 8th, 2019. You're listening to Radio Free Radford.com. Excuse me. Bear with me. I've got a little bit of this crud. It's now, I think everybody's getting a hold of it, and so don't be, if my voice kind of goes in and out, I do apologize in advance for that happening. But, you know, we've got pollen in the air. We've got grass cutting going right now. It's that season where, excuse me, we've got a lot of the grass that's pollinated, and now it's flying everywhere. The wind's blowing, and so anyway, that's what we're working with. And so there you go. That's the way we're tends with right now. So I hope you enjoy the weekend. It was a little bit of a washout, unfortunately. Some part of it we did able to salvage. Sat yesterday, so we able to save the day. I'm not a washout. We did have a few rain showers out there later in the afternoon, evening, maybe a few mix of that. But the Saturday we had solid temperatures in the 70s, so nice and warm. We'll get up to about 77 today. It's muggy, it's humid, it's a little unimpressive out there already. We're talking high humidity levels as early April, so welcome to an early start to summer. We are going to be in for this for quite a while. So we have now approached that season where things will be blooming and will be in full bloom momentarily. Again, overnight low of 59. Today's main concern is a threat of some severe weather moving in our area. We do have a marginal risk of severe weather here for the New River Valley, parts south of east and Martinsville, Danville, Roanoke, and points of east of that direction have a slight risk of severe storms later in the day because the potential of seeing damaging winds, small hail, flash flooding is going to be the main concern. You may think it's nice and sunny now, but that's going to be the starting point of these thunderstorms. It's going to fire and trigger them up in the atmosphere. It's already unstable, produced damaging scenes in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Tennessee. Saw some tornadoes that came through that area yesterday, and so now that same system is heading our way, but this time hopefully not as much of a tornado threat as they saw down parts of Texas and Louisiana, Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee too. Saw some extensive wind damage out towards there, producing tornado warnings and thunderstorm watches too. So we'll see what happens with that. And so now, but what's interesting about this storm system, it's actually producing blizzard. It will be producing blizzard-like conditions for parts of the Pacific Northwest, traveling all the way parts of the Midwest. So we're not done with snow in parts of the central part of the United States. The storm system expands from parts of Oregon, Washington, goes to the the Dakotas. And I wouldn't be surprised if northern Nevada did see some snow. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. But it would expanding parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, the parts of the Midwest, Nebraska, and the Great Lakes states are expected to pick up several feet of snow. Here we are in the beginning second week of April, still talking about significant snow out there toward that area. Of course, we did get a break in that. There has not much been talk about it, but now all of a sudden, the snow decides to say, hey, let's make one more return before we jump into spring. So it is severe weather season. We here in the south, it is still winter in parts of the Midwest and Central Plains states, and as well as the Pacific Northwest. So they have yet to get a break from all that. So that same storm system is going to be riding our area, but we're not going to be getting snow. We're going to get the severe weather part of the system that runs in our area. Of course, we'll dry by midweek. Another chance of storms are possible by Friday, so we are in the peak season. We'll have more later in the week talking about severe weather safety, why it's important, and why you need to take precautionary. You know, a lot of people don't think as the mountains, oh, we're safe. We've got mountains to keep us safe from tornadoes. Sure, that's all fine and dandy, but in reality, we can have tornadoes in the mountains. We've had that happen before. So anyway, that's enough of my weather spiel for that. So switching gears now, we want to remind you, we will be going live on location this Friday. The weather is supposed to be okay. We have a little, hopefully it will hold up for us. And Tristan Blake Ryan's our general manager here for Radio Free Radford. Check out a show. The Ryan's Report airs every Friday. Occasionally has Terrence Schofield and other amazing guests here from the studio and student media, so check his show out. But we'll be going live on location 6 to 8 Friday the 12th there at Cold Stone Creamery on Tyler Avenue, which is just in front of the university right next to Subway. Check that out. More details will be coming later in the week, and so stay tuned for a lot of our shows here. And that is from our general manager, Tristan Ryan. So check that out, and we hope to come by and talk to one of our. I'll be there with you. I'll be giving some weather updates and a lot of fun things happening on the scene of that nature. So looking forward to that Friday, and we come by and say hello to us, and it's going to be warm enough for ice cream. So go ahead and get you some ice cream and come out and talk to us for a little while. Switching gears now to our normal schedule here on Radio Free Radford. I would remind you that our national days of the days are now in session, and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with this website I normally get my information from. And no, I did not win a sweepstakes prize to the to the Bahamas, because that is not a thing. Today's day is a food day. Get the silverware out. I know it's early in the morning or evening or whenever you're listening to this. It is Impanda Day. So if you've ever tried to if you've never tried an Impandas, there are a good chance you've had one of the distant and delicious cousins originated from Spain. The Impandas now exist in over 30 countries in some type of shape or form. The name comes from empanar, which means bread in Spanish and Portuguese. So some of the historians argue that the true meaning is, can I have another? And that might not be hysterical fact, but we keep the spiritual alive when we celebrate National Impanda Day. So it's basically, it looks like a pastry with a mix of a hot pocket almost type thing, something to that, and it's got a little bit of a parsley on it. So go out and eat some of that. It's professionalism. You can Latin American or the Caribbean community, especially, all goes hands out with this one. And of course, there's no reason to fear, but just not yet to stumble upon. But it is the place. It's like a fried pie. So fried pie mixed together with what looks like hot pocket, like a pastry almost. You can make your own at home, and Google it's Impanda. That's EMPANADA. Get those on those recipes. And of course, it's the perfect finger food, more so of an hors d'oeuvre than anything else. So if you're in the midst of a party or something, and you go to these extravaganza, wow, I can't even speak today. Anyway, those high-end dinners, and before they have the big meal, they always have those hors d'oeuvres out there, and that might be one of them. So you can make them yourself. How about that? Get you some mixed of something with Latin American taste to it. Today's word of the day is Cibriel. Word of the day is Cibriel. It's the relating of the brain or the intelligent. Or it's all the relating to, affecting, or being cymbrium, appealing to intellectual appreciation or primary intellectual in nature. So that's a Latin word. We're keeping this Latin theme going here today. Today's quote of the day is not a Latin quote. It is by a famous person you may have mentioned in early literature or in history class. It's by Harriet Tubman. She was the woman that helped free the slaves and traveled to all those outhouses during the 1800s. So, and we talk about that a lot. So anyway, quoting that, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. And she did in a very positive manner, helping those slaves' lives get to good places and helping them get to where they need to go. So we thank you for that. Alrighty, we want to remind you, if you're interested in joining the Beehive, it's none of our student media organizations here with writing positions, designers, photographers, and editors. If there's no experience, don't worry. They are here to help you. Beehive at radford.edu. You can check them at. They help you build resume builders, leadership positions, in a fun and challenging environment. The Beehive is an opportunity for students to have a voice and share the stories of the students on campus on Radford through a yearbook. Follow them at Beehive HSM on Facebook, Radford Beehive on Instagram, and Beehive HSM on Twitter. So have an interest in journalistic writing, join them, as well as Tartan, Exit 109, and WIM. Yesterday, the American Country Music Awards came on, and a lot of awards were given out yesterday, and the song Tequila, I think Florida Georgia Line sings that, and they got big nominated awards for sure. Reba McEntire was the host of that. And so Singer, a lot of things have been trending on Twitter. So this continues the golden hour's time to shine. Singer Casey Musgraves, took home Female Artist of the Year. and with Golden Hour won Album of the Year at the Hollywood Reports. This album, Golden Hour, is just the third album to receive the Best Album Award at the American Country Music Awards, the CMAs, and the Grammys, following in the footsteps of Taylor Swift 2008 album Fearless and 2000's Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. And so anyway, nope, that's not for the Georgia Line. Dan plus Shay's Tequila, that's the name of the song. It's by Dan and Shay's snagged the best single and song, while Keith Urban took home the Entertainer of the Year. And so some of the big Entertainer of the Years: Jason Aldean, Luke Bryant, Kenny Chesney, and Keith Urban being number one, who got the award. Album of the Year, the Dan plus Shay's song Tequila. Let's see what else. Singer of the Year was Dan and Shay, was a big night for them. Male Vocalist of the Year was Thomas Rhett, was competing against Keith Urban, Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, and Derek Bentley. Female Artist was Casey Musgraves. Vocal Duo of the Year was Dan and Shay, so a big night for them. Old Dominion took home Vocal Group of the Year, which you know is from actually this area. One of the members actually went to a Roanoke school and went to with that Ben Exploded, so they're actually very familiar. Old Dominion, you need to look them up. A lot of their big singles, I don't know any of their songs, but I'm very familiar with the group. They were competing against Little Big Town, Midland, and Landco. And Songwriter of the Year goes to Shane McAlany. So congratulations to all those nominations and award recipients. And check out, just search up the AMC American Country Music Awards, not the CMAs. That's a whole different thing. That comes on another network. So anyway, this came on CBS last night, so check that out on Twitter and Facebook and Google and whatever else it keeps you in the mindset of going. Of course, a lot of things going on around campus here. You have the Paint Splatter fundraiser taking place all with this week. It's in front of the Bonnie, and check them out. That is by the Radford RU Bonnaroo, which is another performance that's coming our way later this spring. You can check them out. Then they're going to be doing their big opening here on the Bonnie, which is in front of the behind the Dalton, next to near Main Street. You check that out. A lot of songs and free giveaways happen, so check all of that events taking place. And let's see what else is going on. Of course, tonight is the final big game of the big championship. We're concluding the NCAA men's basketball tournament. As you know, UVA took home a big win, just 1 point defeating Auburn 63-62. So congratulations to UVA. What an outstanding job you did. And that game airs on CBS. 9 p.m. is the top of the time. 9:20 is tip-off. I don't know about you. I may not be staying up late to watch that. I may be going to bed early because I have a busy day tomorrow. Of course, we're going to talk about guests, which leads into our next segue. But go UVA. They'll be playing Texas Tech. Get this, both teams are first-timers to making it this far in the NCAA men's championship. So thank you so much. I mean, congratulations. Why did I say thank you? I didn't win the award here. I'm all kind of tired this morning. But anyway, we're going to remind you that catch that on CBS. 9:20 is the big game, but 9 o'clock they're going to be doing a special there. And again, 6 p.m. Western time, so you can check all those out. And we want to wish the best to UVA. We want to hope our Cavaliers rooting for you. And of course, Texas Tech, big college down there too. So we wish them all the teams the best. But we're rooting for UVA here in the state of Virginia, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. We may be waking up very happy, or we may be waking up very sad. But we want to say who's number one? It's UVA, because they are the Wahoos. All right, gotta get up later on the show this morning. Having a little fun here. Why not? Right on this Monday. Terrence Schofield, check his show out. He does the show, helped out with Tristan, excuse me, on Fridays with this show. Allison Shiner does her show from 1 to 1:30, so that's coming up. Also, later on, we will have, I think it's Zach Pettit Putt Talk That's on our Mondays, and we are excited to announce our 4 newest staffers here: Larry Becker, Rich Bland. Catch their shows from 4 to 4:30. Thursdays, you can check out Zach Potter and Davis Bird, who are both involved with the Tartan, and so they have the radio show here on RadioFreeRadford.com. So check their shows out, and be sure to give them a listen and help them support. We'll support them as best we can do. So there you go. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I've got a big announcement with our guest. I'm not revealing. I told you I would. I'm not going to do that. Big guest, very, very, very popular person here around campus. Not saying much more than that. You got to find out to see who this person is. And obviously, with purposes, we will be discreeting his voice. And that is as much detail I want to give you. All right, I'm looking forward to this tomorrow. I wish you all have a wonderful Monday. Go Wahoos, UVA Cavaliers, CBS 9:20 is the tip-off. And there will be a lot of people staying up late for that. I will not be one of those people. I need to be getting into bed because I've got a big day ahead tomorrow. A lot of other things happening around here. And enjoy the nice weather while it's here. Severe storms are the potential likelihood towards tonight. We'll see that break apart tomorrow, and we'll be leading with sunshine and much cooler temperatures by midweek.